Abandoned by her stepmother at the market, blind girl discovers an incredible love with the present-day baker. Lucy stood in the bustling local market, her heart racing as she clutched the few coins in her pocket, a tight grip that felt a cool comfort, even as the world rushed past her in unwelcoming waves. Her stepmother's voice faded as she turned to leave, laughter ringing out in the distance, oblivious to Lucy's stillness. "Just wait here," she had said. But moments turned to minutes, and time slipped like sand through her fingers. And just like that, Lucy was left behind, her small world unraveling, the weight of her blindness pressing down hard. With each uncertain step among the clattering carts and chatting families, Lucy listened. The sound of a bouncing ball here, the clank of groceries there, it painted a picture of normalcy, of a world she could not see, yet loved. She navigated the aisles with a blend of fear and determination. A sweet aroma wafted through the air, teasing her senses. Her stomach growled, reminding her that she had not eaten. "Just keep moving," she whispered to herself, each word a lifeline. In that moment of disarray, an unexpected warmth brushed against her shoulder. "Careful there, young lady," a voice called out, thick with years and wisdom. It belonged to Mr. Thompson, the town's war veteran, a man whose famous bakery had seen better days. "What brings you here all alone?" His tone dripped with kindness, and Lucy felt a small flicker of safety. I got left behind," she replied, her throat tightening. But somehow, the words didn't feel so heavy when spoken. They were a stepping stone, a way forward. Mr. Thompson paused, sadness creeping into the silence between them. The quiet ache in her heart mirrored his own, having to close the bakery that provided so many sweet moments for the town. "Well, I can't leave you here," he said, voice cracking slightly. "Let us get you something. How about my famous cinnamon roll?" Time stopped. Her heart leaped. The thought of something sweet, warm, filled her with sudden, potent joy. Each passing moment felt golden, the prospect of friendship shimmering on the horizon like the morning sun. Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. As the weeks passed, Lucy grew bolder, learning to mix flour and sugar, to knead dough under Mr. Thompson's watchful eye. Their laughter mingled with the scent of fresh bread, filling the bakery with warmth. But lurking just outside their world, a local businessman eyed the bakery with greed. He saw a blind girl and a fading war hero, not hearts waiting to reignite the town, but a liability that needed to be fixed. "Why are we wasting resources on them?" he sneered to anyone who would listen. The community's whispers grew sharp, cutting like a cold wind. Lucy felt it, a weight heavy upon her chest. But she would not be silenced. With Mr. Thompson by her side, she found her voice. At the impassioned town hall meeting, she stood in front of the crowd. Heart pounding, tears in her eyes, she spoke about dreams, acceptance, and love, a simple plea for understanding. The air crackled with tension, the eyes of the townspeople fixed upon her. Would her words find their mark, or fall into the cold ground beneath them? The clock ticked ominously, a reminder of the divide between them. Uncertainty hung in the air like a storm waiting to break. What would become of Lucy and Mr. Thompson now? Lucy's heart raced as the murmurs in the hall grew louder. The crowd shifted, some crossing their arms, others whispering, but she kept her posture firm. Mr. Thompson stood beside her, the gentle strength radiating from him anchoring her resolve. She felt the warmth of the wooden podium against her palms, its familiarity grounding her in the sea of anxious faces. "I'm not just here to stand in the shadows," she continued, her voice trembling but unwavering. "I am Lucy, and I have visions that go beyond sight." A gasp swept through the audience, an acknowledgement that hung in the air like a delicate thread. As she spoke, Lucy remembered the bakery, the feel of soft dough, the sweet scent of cinnamon swirling around her. Those moments in the kitchen had gifted her joy and confidence. "We all have a part in our community," she proclaimed, "and together, we can create something beautiful. Not just bread, but hope." Eyes began to glisten with emotion. She could hear the shuffle of feet, the lights dimming as if to focus on her words. She poured her heart into every syllable, recalling the laughter she shared with Mr. Thompson and the kindness he offered when she felt most alone. "Just because I can't see, it doesn't mean I'm not here, living, dreaming just like all of you." The businessman scoffed from the back, "Dreams don't pay the bills." His voice was harsh, the laughter of his supporters like stones thrown at her fragile spirit. But she didn't falter. Beneath the weight of doubt, empowerment surged through her veins. "Maybe dreams can build a future," Lucy shot back, emboldened by the realization that she wasn't alone. "Maybe they can save a bakery." The crowd fell silent. The pendulum between skepticism and belief hung in the air. Mr. Thompson leaned in closer to her, whispering words of encouragement. "You've got this, Lucy," he said softly. "Speak from the heart." With each heartbeat, the electric tension shifted, creeping slowly towards unity. She could sense some in the crowd were beginning to nod, the relentless waves of uncertainty being replaced with curiosity. "I want more for my life than just survival," Lucy declared fiercely. "I want to thrive alongside all of you. Let us stand together." The resolve in her voice cut through the collective doubt like a knife. As she finished speaking, an applause erupted, uncertainty curling away into applause. It rang through the hall, echoing a shift she could feel in her very bones. The clapping grew louder, mixing with shouts of support from the crowd. But moments later, the businessman's face hardened. "You think this is going to change anything? I'll have your bakery," he shouted, slipping through the crowd and out the doors, leaving his bitter words behind him like a shadow. Lucy glanced at Mr. Thompson. The shared moment of accomplishment danced between them. Then the reality of his earlier words settled in. "We need to be vigilant," he said, concern creeping into his tone. Lucy nodded, her mind racing. "What if we fight back?" she suggested, determination blooming within her chest. "We could organize a community bake sale. Everyone can bring their families, promote the bakery, and show him how much it means." Mr. Thompson's eyes brightened, and he nodded firmly. "Yes, that's the spirit. The bakery can be the heart of our community, and we'll show them it's worth fighting for." As they discussed plans, the swell of excitement filled the air, but threads of anxiety lingered. They knew the battle ahead would be daunting, yet their hearts were entwined in a shared dream. And amid their hopes, Lucy couldn't shake the thought of what lay in the shadows, watching and waiting. What if he decided to take more drastic measures? Lucy grasped Mr. Thompson's arm, her heart unsettled. Would their newfound strength be enough to face the brewing storm? As anticipation buzzed in the hall, conversations ebbed and flowed around Lucy, each voice a building wave of unity, yet the shadow of the businessman loomed larger in her mind. She could still hear his taunts echoing, "I'll have your bakery." They couldn't let fear drive them apart. They were more than a bakery, they were a family, a community, ready to fight for what mattered most. "We'll set the date for the bake sale," Mr. Thompson suggested, breaking through her thoughts. "Let us do it next Saturday at the park. We can create a sense of urgency and excitement around it." Lucy nodded, her pulse quickening with each word, a flicker of hope igniting within her. "We can ask everyone to bring their best recipes. Even the regulars from the bakery can join in. Every single bite will tell our story." They began jotting down ideas, fueling enthusiasm as one by one, the members of the audience stepped closer to participate. Local artists offered to create flyers, children discussed what they would bake, and seniors shared their cherished family recipes. It felt like a quilt coming together, each odd piece vital to the whole. As the crowd murmured about the event, Lucy felt warmth pooling inside, strengthening her resolve. Still, that voice echoed hauntingly. Shivers rolled down her spine. What if he sabotages us? What if? Lucy. Mr. Thompson's voice softened, cutting through her spiraling thoughts. We can't control what others will do, but we can control how we respond. Together, we're stronger. He was right, as always. Gratitude for his unwavering support flooded her heart. She took a deep breath and smiled at him, reassured. Let us call the folks from the community center. They can set up entertainment. We need to show everyone how vibrant our community truly is. A young mother from the crowd stepped forward, her eyes wide with excitement. I'll bring my kids. They can even help with the decorations. The idea rippled through the audience, sparking engagement and igniting joy. As if suddenly realizing they were standing on rich soil, ideas burst forth like wildflowers. The murmurs turned to laughter and shouts of enthusiasm. Lucy let herself lose in the moment. Yet, as the energy in the hall surged, Lucy felt a pull of unease. There was something uniquely daunting about the forthcoming week, a storm brewing just beneath their resolve. Her heart raced as she thought about the consequences of their plan. What if it's not enough? She whispered to herself, the worry clawing at her before she could silence it. Hey, Mr. Thompson placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Doubt is just another storm. We'll weather this together. Trust that this community supports you. And just like that, a sense of clarity washed over her. If they all worked together, they could beat back the storm. As they wrapped up the meeting, excitement danced in the air. Lucy felt the buzz of hope around her, but also sensed the lingering uncertainty. She would need to build fortitude against whatever challenge awaited. As she walked out into the cool evening air, the setting sun painted the sky with hues of orange and purple. It was beautiful but deceptive. For now, a plan was in motion, but she still had to confront whatever dark intentions were lurking. What would the businessman do next? Would he stoop to underhanded tactics before the bake sale? With her heart thumping like a drum, Lucy couldn't shake the feeling that the real battle was just beginning. As dawn broke over the town, Lucy felt the weight of determination settle heavily on her shoulders. This wasn't just another weekend. It was the culmination of a week filled with planning, laughter, and fluttering excitement mixed with a persistent undercurrent of anxiety. She moved through her morning routine like a well-oiled machine, each step automatic but laced with a sense of urgency. The bakery was already bustling with familiar faces. The aroma of freshly baked bread mingled with sweet notes of cinnamon and vanilla, filling the tiny shop with a warmth that wrapped around her like a comforting hug. The regulars greeted her with jovial smiles, but Lucy noticed a flicker of concern in their eyes, mirroring her own thoughts about the businessman. Are we feeling ready? Mr. Thompson asked, entering the bakery with a bright expression that didn't quite reach his eyes. His optimism had been a guiding light, but she knew he felt it too, the weight of uncertainty. Ready as I'll ever be, she replied, managing a smile in return but feeling the nervous flutter in her stomach. Lucy, we've got this. Remember, if we all come together, we can do anything. His encouragement was like a balm, soothing some of her worries but not all. As final preparations continued, Lucy's phone buzzed with messages. Each ding stirred her anxiety further. The community's enthusiasm was palpable. It was heartening to hear that many were planning to bake their beloved recipes. But while hope resonated in the messages, shadows lingered just beyond their brightness. Lucy, called out a young boy from the back of the bakery, clutching a handful of colorful papers. These are our flyers. We made them bright so everyone can see. She crouched down to meet his wide-eyed excitement, and a wave of warmth washed over her. The drawings adorned with crayon suns and loopy letters brought a smile to her face. These are amazing. You did a wonderful job. The boy beamed as he shook the papers to accentuate their vibrancy. With him, the joy felt real. This bake sale wasn't just about raising money, it was about bringing their community together, reminding them of the love they shared. Yet, as the day wore on, the reality of their situation returned to gnaw at her. She couldn't shake the feeling that the businessman was still out there, plotting. Tension thrummed beneath the positive energy creeping into every corner of her life. Later that evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, Lucy could see families setting up for the event at the park. Tables arranged haphazardly, colorful balloons bobbing cheerfully in the breeze, and laughter filling the air. It all felt surreal. But then, out of her peripheral vision, she spotted a tall figure lurking by the entrance. A dark suit and a familiar silhouette. The businessman. Her heart dropped. Would he ruin everything they had built? We'll be vigilant. Let us keep our eyes open, she whispered to Mr. Thompson, pointing discreetly toward the man who was, without a doubt, there to intimidate. Just breathe, Lucy. We'll manage whatever comes our way, he reassured, but she could hear the tension in his voice. As the bake sale commenced, aromas of baked goods filled the air, mingling with anticipation. Laughter rang out, echoing across the park, a symphony of resilience. But as Lucy scanned the crowd, every shout of joy felt like it was wrapped in chains of doubt. Something was about to happen. She could feel it coiling beneath the surface, but she wasn't quite sure what form it would take. Could they really rally and stand their ground? The bake sale represented hope, determination, and a community, but would it be enough in the face of darkness? Lucy straightened her posture, heart racing. It was time to face whatever was coming. And just as she prepared herself mentally, she could hear raised voices near the entrance, cutting through the laughter. This wasn't over yet. What challenge lay ahead? Would they find strength in each other once again, or would the businessman's presence tear them apart? Each moment felt crucial now. The noise escalated, drawing Lucy's attention like a magnet. She pushed through the crowd, her heart pounding louder with each step. The joyous sounds of the bake sale dimmed into a distant echo, replaced by shouts that sliced through the evening air. Stay calm, everyone. Mr. Thompson's voice rang out, steady amidst the chaos. Lucy's eyes darted around, searching for the source of the confrontation. At the entrance, the businessman stood with a few of his colleagues. His sharp jaw was set, eyes cold as he confronted a group of community members, who were clearly upset. They stood together, determined yet fearful, as their laughter was snuffed out by his icy demeanor. Your little event won't change anything, the businessman sneered, his voice heavy with disdain. You can't hide from the reality that you're fighting a losing battle. This land belongs to us now. Anger rose within Lucy like a tide. The audacity of that man to come here, in the very heart of their unity, stirred something deep in her. She could feel her voice rising, pulling strength from the swirling hope around her. No. She called out, stepping forward. Murmurs rippled through the crowd as many turned to look at her. This isn't just an event. We've come together to stand against you and what you represent. The businessman turned, eyebrows raised. And what exactly do you think this is going to accomplish? More than you know, Mr. Thompson replied, stepping alongside Lucy. We're a community. You can't divide us with threats. Cries of approval fluttered through the air as others joined in, positioning themselves shoulder to shoulder, a wall of defiance. Families clutched each other's arms, mothers squeezed their children's shoulders protectively, and neighbors exchanged determined glances. The businessman's gaze flickered with doubt, perhaps realizing for the first time that his intimidation tactics had missed the mark. You can't win this, Lucy. It's a matter of economics. Economics? Lucy shot back, her voice stronger with every word. This isn't just about money. It's about our homes, our memories. It's about preserving what makes this community special. Gasps and whispers surged through the crowd, echoing her sentiments. The bake sale had evolved into a declaration of their commitment to one another, a testament to their shared history and dreams. As tension hung thick in the air, Lucy glanced at Mr. Thompson, who met her gaze with a nod of encouragement. There was a fight in all their hearts, a fire ignited by love, memory, and community spirit. But just as that fire seemed to flicker into a roaring blaze, the businessman's expression hardened. "You think this is a game? You'll regret pushing back against me." With that, he turned, striding away with his colleagues, leaving a trail of resentment in his wake. The crowd remained silent for a moment, absorbing the emotional heady air, still buzzing from the confrontation. The bake sale's tables trembled slightly, as if the ground beneath them was shaking from the weight of the moment. Lucy took a deep breath, clutching her heart, feeling exhilarated yet terrified. "We can't back down," she said to Mr. Thompson, determination etched on her face. "This isn't over." "What's next?" he replied, a hint of pride glimmering in his eyes. All around them, folks began to murmur, voices rising in solidarity. Plans began to spark and grow among the community. There was an energy now, a sense of purpose. As the night fell, stars twinkled overhead and laughter slowly returned to the air, but Lucy knew their battle was just beginning. A stirring of ideas filled her, a plan forming that could capitalize on this unity they had just strengthened. One thing was clear: Lucy wouldn't rest. They were more than just bakers and families, they were a force. But would they be enough to drive the businessman away for good? And what sacrifices would they have to make to hold on to their cherished community? These thoughts lingered like shadows in her mind, urging her forward into the next chapter of this fight. Lucy barely slept that night. The words from the businessman replayed in her mind, sharp and biting. "You'll regret pushing back against me." She rolled over, staring at the ceiling, its cracks more comforting than the threats looming over her community. The battle had shifted from a festive bake sale into a fight for the very soul of their town. Morning light poured through her window, golden and new. The sunshine felt like a promise, one she hoped would illuminate the path ahead. Lucy shot out of bed, her heart still racing from the night before. She needed a plan, something concrete that would unite everyone and showcase just how much their community stood for. After breakfast, she pulled on a light jacket and headed out, her mind racing with ideas. She decided to gather the community again, but this time, it wouldn't just be about baking or fundraising. It would be about mobilizing every voice, every heart, into a cohesive force. As she walked to the community center, Lucy noticed familiar faces she hadn't truly acknowledged before. Old Mr. Jenkins was tending to his garden, his wrinkled hands working steadfastly with the earth. Lucy smiled, warmth blooming in her chest. She remembered how he helped her when she lost her dog a few months ago. There was power in connection, an undeniable strength in knowing each story and shared struggle. "Morning, Lucy," he called, tipping his hat with a friendly grin. "Good morning, Mr. Jenkins," she replied, her heart buoyed by his cheer. For a moment, she forgot about the looming threat. When she reached the community center, a few early birds were already setting up chairs and arranging tables. The buzz of conversation filled the air, a palpable energy that reminded her of the previous night's camaraderie. Lucy quickly went to work, helping where she could. "Hey, Lucy." It was Emily, her childhood friend, rushing in with her arms full of flyers. "Are we really doing this? A community gathering? What do you need me to do?" Lucy took a deep breath, the weight of responsibility heavy on her shoulders. "I want to call everyone together. Share ideas. We need to show the businessmen that we won't back down. That we're a real community, and we're united." Emily nodded, determination lighting up her face. "I love it. How about we create a petition? Show that people are behind us." "Yes!" Lucy exclaimed, a rush of excitement coursing through her. "And we can invite everyone to share their stories. Show him that this land isn't just real estate, it's lives and memories. We can have speakers, local artists, families, anyone who wants to show what this place means to them." As the day went on, they put the wheels in motion. They crafted flyers, sent out messages, and held impromptu meetings. The energy swelled like a tide, and soon the entire town seemed caught up in the momentum. At the end of the day, Lucy stood on the steps of the community center, taking it all in. Neighbors gathered, each one more animated than the last. They were swapping ideas, sharing their dreams for the community's future, and it felt electric. But just as Lucy was feeling hopeful, her phone buzzed with a message. It was from Mr. Thompson. "We need to talk. It's about the businessman." Her heart raced, a rush of worry flooding through her. What kind of talk could it be? Did the businessman have a plan, or was he finally ready to strike back? With a deep breath, Lucy steeled herself. She had come this far, and she wouldn't turn back now. As she made her way to meet Mr. Thompson, a thought crossed her mind: what if that businessman had an unexpected weakness? What if they could exploit it to protect their home? Thoughts spiraled ahead, forming new strategies and hopes. With each step towards Mr. Thompson, the question loomed larger: what dangerous game had they unwittingly entered, and could they really pull off a victory against him? Lucy's heart thudded in her chest as she approached Mr. Thompson's tiny office beside the bakery. The familiar scent of fresh pastries filled the air, a stark contrast to the tension swirling in her mind. She pushed the door open, the jingle of the bell echoing her internal conflict. Mr. Thompson was perched on a stool, rifling through papers that had obviously been neglected for weeks. His brow furrowed, the lines in his face deepening as he glanced up at her. "Lucy, come in," he motioned, his voice low and urgent. "What is going on?" She stepped closer, feeling a mixture of fear and determination coursing through her. He took a moment, his eyes scanning the room as if he were afraid to let too many people in on the secret. The businessman, he hesitated, his fingers twitching on the papers. He's pushing for a meeting with the town council. He is serious about his plans. A knot tightened in Lucy's stomach. What are we going to do? We can't just let him take our land. Mr. Thompson sighed, running a hand through his thinning hair. I think he has some tricks up his sleeve. We need to outsmart him, Lucy. We have to find a way to rally the council against him, show them the community stands united. Her mind raced at the possibilities. Maybe we can gather stories from people who plan to lose their homes. We could create a documentary or a website that showcases our town's history and values. Exactly, he said, leaning closer. But listen, there's more. I heard he has been visiting some of the council members. Rumor has it he is promising them funds for future projects in exchange for their cooperation. Lucy's anger flared. So he is trying to buy them off. That's low. Can you find out if the rumors are true? Mr. Thompson asked, his eyes intense. If we can prove he is acting underhandedly, we might stand a fighting chance. She frowned, knowing it wouldn't be easy. I can try. I'll speak with some of our council members. Suddenly, a burst of inspiration hit her. What if we host a town meeting? Invite the council. Show them how we've mobilized this community. Show them we're not afraid of him. Mr. Thompson nodded, a hint of a smile breaking through. That's the spirit. A united community speaks volumes. They began to brainstorm ideas, listing potential speakers and local businesses that would support them. Lucy felt the tightness in her chest ease just a bit as excitement replaced her fear. But then Mr. Thompson hesitated again, the playful spark in his eyes flickering. Lucy, I need you to be careful. This businessman, he doesn't play by the rules. I know, she replied firmly. But neither do we. Her resolve hardened as she thought about the homes, the memories, and the people, those who had poured their lives into building a community that was more than just land. This was about soul. As they wrapped up their meeting, a flicker of doubt crossed her mind. What if this was more than they could handle? But she shoved that thought aside. We'll do this together, she said. When she walked out of the office, the sun was dipping low in the sky, casting a warm glow over the streets. Yet, the shadows of uncertainty loomed. At that moment, her phone buzzed again. Fumbling to unlock it, Lucy's breath caught. It was a message from Emily. I just found out something huge. Meet me at the bakery ASAP. Her heart raced. What could be so important? Was it tied to the businessman's plans? As she dashed back into the bustling market, her skin prickled with anticipation. Whatever it was, it could change everything. But what had Emily discovered that would finally give them an edge in this battle? The bakery was alive with warmth and chatter as Lucy pushed through the door. The aroma of coffee mingled with pastries, wrapping around her like a comforting hug. But her mind was racing, thoughts darting like bees as she scanned the room for Emily. There she was, seated at a small table in the corner, her fingers drumming nervously on the wood. When their eyes met, Lucy felt a rush of urgency in Emily's expression. She hurried over, her heart pounding. "Lucy!" Emily leaned in, voice barely above a whisper. "You won't believe what I heard. Tell me." Lucy's voice was a mixture of excitement and anxiety, her hands clasping the edge of the table. Emily glanced around before leaning closer. "Remember Mr. Jenkins from the council? I heard from Mrs. Larson that he met with the businessman yesterday. They were discussing something, a proposal of sorts." Lucy's stomach dropped. "What kind of proposal?" "Something huge," Emily continued, her eyes wide. "They're talking about using part of the parkland for a new development, something that would change everything." "No, no, no." Lucy shook her head, disbelief washing over her. "Not the park. That's where we have our festivals, our community events. The kids play there. It's sacred." "I know." Emily nodded fervently. "But it gets worse. Apparently, Jenkins is convinced this is a great opportunity for the town. He is putting together a presentation to convince the rest of the council." Lucy felt the world tilt on its axis. "We have to stop this," she said, her voice steadying with purpose. "We need to expose this before it gets any further." "What do we do?" Emily's eyes sparkled with determination. Lucy thought quickly. "Let us collect stories. We'll get people to share why the park is essential to them. We need their voices as part of the town meeting." Emily interrupted, her excitement infectious. "We can set up recordings, even put together a slideshow during the meeting." Lucy leaned back, a tiny wave of calm pushing through her frantic thoughts. "Yes. And we need to rally everyone, create flyers, get on social media. The more people we get involved, the stronger our case will be." "Absolutely." Emily grinned, her enthusiasm brightening the room. "We need to make sure the council sees just how much this community cares. It's not just land, it's our home." However, beneath the bubbling excitement, doubt crept in. But what if Jenkins and the businessman have already made up their minds? What if they manipulate this in their favor? Emily's expression was fierce. "We can't think like that. We have to believe in the power of our community. It's what we've always stood for." With newfound resolve, Lucy squeezed Emily's hand across the table. "Let us get started right now. I'll go talk to Mr. Thompson and see how we can harness all these voices. If this businessman thinks he can bulldoze over us, he has got another thing coming." As they stood to leave, Lucy caught a glimpse through the bakery window. A dark, polished car rolled by slowly, its tinted windows hiding its occupant. A chill ran down her spine. "What's wrong?" Emily asked, noticing Lucy's sudden change in demeanor. "That car, it didn't just drive past. It's been circling the town square." Lucy's heart raced again, anxiety creeping back in. What if the businessman is watching us? Emily frowned, the realization dawning on her. We need to be careful. We may be in deeper than we thought. Determination surged within Lucy, but it was tempered with a wariness she hadn't felt before. I'll talk to Mr. Thompson, but we need to keep a low profile. They walked out of the bakery, adrenaline swirling in the air. The mission ahead felt monumental, but Lucy knew they had no choice. Her town was worth fighting for, even if it meant facing shadows lurking in unexpected places. And as she looked back at the bakery, she wondered, would they be strong enough to outsmart the very forces trying to tear them apart? The sun hung low in the sky as Lucy and Emily made their way to Mr. Thompson's office. The streets were buzzing with weekend activity, laughter, and the sounds of children playing drifting through the air. Yet, all Lucy could focus on was the creeping sense of urgency. They needed to act quickly, before the park they cherished became just another concrete block in the growing city. "Do you think Mr. Thompson will listen?" Emily asked, breaking her silence. "He has to," Lucy replied, though a twinge of doubt gnawed at her. "He loves that park as much as we do." As they approached the town hall, Lucy's heartbeat quickened. She could see Mr. Thompson's familiar figure through the large glass doors, a stocky man with kind eyes, always quick with a smile. But today, the warmth she usually associated with him felt overshadowed by the weight of the looming threat. They stepped inside, the cool air greeting them like a refreshing balm. As they made their way to his office, Lucy caught sight of a bulletin board plastered with flyers for the upcoming town meeting. Each poster vibrated with urgency, colorful signs demanding community involvement. "Together," Lucy murmured to herself. "Together, we can fight this." They knocked on Mr. Thompson's door, and a booming voice welcomed them in. "Lucy, Emily. Come in." He gestured enthusiastically, though his brow furrowed with concern as he noted their tense expressions. "Mr. Thompson," Lucy started, her voice trembling slightly. "We need your help. There's a proposal to develop part of the parkland where the festivals are held." He interrupted sharply, his mouth tightening. "Yes. Exactly." Emily chimed in, her voice rising in excitement despite the gravity of their news. "We need to organize the community, gather stories about what the park means to everyone. We think if we show the council how much it matters to us, maybe we can change their minds." Mr. Thompson leaned back in his chair, contemplating. "You're right. The parks are vital to our sense of community. I'll support you both, but we must act fast. I'll lend you my support for the meeting. We'll work on the presentation together." Relief washed over them, but uncertainty still lingered. "Thank you," Lucy said, her voice steadying as hope took root. "But we also have to be careful. There's something eerie about this businessman. I saw that strange car circling the town square." "Then we need to stay vigilant," Mr. Thompson replied, concern etching his features. "Keep your eyes and ears open. If they're watching, we don't want to give them a reason to act." As they left the office, adrenaline surged through Lucy. She could almost hear the heartbeat of her community, a pulse of unity whispering of hope and determination. But with each step, her mind wrestled with fear. What if they failed? What if this was bigger than they anticipated? "Lucy." Emily's voice broke through her spiral of thoughts. "Are you okay?" "Yeah, just thinking ahead," Lucy said, shaking off her doubts. "We can do this. For the park. For us." At that moment, Emily pointed across the square. "Look." A small group of friends was gathering, their conversations animated, laughter erupting. Lucy felt a surge of warmth flow through her. This was it. This was what they were fighting for. But just as they prepared to rally their friends, Lucy spotted that dark car again parked at the corner, its driver now watching them intently. She felt her heart drop. "We need to hurry. We have to spread the word before the council meeting next week." As they rushed off, Lucy felt the weight of a community on her shoulders. Would they stand united against the shadows closing in around them? Each step felt like it could lead them closer to hope or deeper into danger. But one thing was certain, they had no intention of backing down. Not now. Not ever. The next chapter waited like a storm on the horizon, and Lucy was ready to face it head-on. Would Emily and the community be brave enough to join her in the fight? The day of the town meeting dawned brighter than Lucy had hoped, the sun bathing the square in a golden glow. But the warmth only added to the weight in her chest. Today mattered. She and Emily had rallied support and collected stories, each one a lifeline anchoring them to their community's heritage. It was time to face the council and declare their intent to protect their home. As she walked hand in hand with Emily towards the town hall, Lucy felt the buzz of anticipation ripple through the crowd forming around them. The chatter filled the air, like a chorus of determined voices ready to be heard. Families gathered, clutching flyers and homemade banners adorned with heartfelt messages about the importance of the park. "Look!" Emily pointed excitedly, "Mr. Thompson is already talking to some of the council members." They rushed over to find him surrounded by familiar faces, all nodding in agreement, their expressions filled with purpose. "Lucy! Emily!" Mr. Thompson greeted them warmly, but there was urgency in his voice. "I just spoke with Mr. Jenkins. He is planning to present his proposal today, and we need to be ready." The reality of their situation settled over Lucy like a heavy blanket. "What if they don't listen?" she whispered, a flicker of doubt clouding her determination. "We have to be strong," Emily replied, squeezing Lucy's hand. "Together, we can show them what this park means." With renewed strength, they gathered in the main hall, chairs aligned, and community members buzzing with anticipation. Lucy could hear the underlying current of anxiety, and it mirrored her own. Yet, as the council members took their seats, the sight of their familiar faces filled her with resolve. This was their moment. One by one, speakers took the floor. They shared why the park symbolized community, the playground where friendships were formed, the shaded trees under which stories were told, and the annual festivals that unified their town. Each speech stirred emotions, and Lucy felt tears pool in her eyes. She remembered all the laughter that danced through the park, every moment that built their tight-knit community. Then, it was her turn. Heart racing, Lucy stepped forward, gripping the podium with trembling hands. "I'm Lucy," she began, her voice ringing out clear and certain. "I may not see the world as you do, but I can feel its beauty. The park is not just land, it's the heartbeat of our memories, our love, and our hopes. It's where we exist, together." Gasps followed her, and the room seemed to inhale before erupting in applause. Empowered by their support, Lucy pressed on. "If we lose the park, we lose a part of ourselves. I ask you to consider not just economic gain, but what we stand to lose: the laughter, the love, the community spirit that comes with it." A collective nod of understanding washed through the room. This had become more than a presentation, it was a declaration of their identity. But then Mr. Jenkins raised a hand to speak, his voice echoing with practiced calm. "What Lucy says is heartfelt, but progress is imperative for our town's future. We must consent to the proposal to secure further funding and revitalization." A murmur of dissent rippled through the audience. Lucy's heart sank for a moment. But then, inspired voices rang out, echoing their shared purpose. Each speaker fortified her resolve. "Remember what our park has brought us," someone shouted. "We can find other ways to improve the town without losing what we cherish." The businessman, seated at the edge, shifted uncomfortably, the tension in the air palpable. His expression darkened. Realizing they had him cornered, Lucy felt a wave of hope crash through her. "Look at what we've built together," she urged, her voice unwavering. "This park unites us, makes us stronger. If we stand together, we can influence change without sacrificing who we are." A powerful surge of applause erupted, drowning out any arguing voices. The businessman shifted in his seat, the confidence in his portrayal beginning to wane. "Let us sign a petition," Emily suggested, standing beside Lucy. "Let our numbers reflect our passion." The crowd cheered, signs waving in the air like flags of victory. They began to sign the petition, eager to stand in solidarity. Lucy felt a swell of pride, they had transformed fear into unity. As the meeting adjourned, hope shone brightly in their eyes. Lucy locked eyes with Mr. Thompson, who bore an expression of disbelief and joy, the corners of his mouth curling into a proud smile. Later that day, as the supportive chants faded into the distance, Lucy caught a glimpse of the dark car parked outside the hall. But instead of fear, a smile spread across her face. They had stood their ground together. With Elijah, Emily, and the community resounding in her ears, Lucy felt something shift within her, a sense of belonging and strength. They would fortify their roots, and they would thrive together. Her heart soared, knowing this was just the beginning. A new chapter awaited them, and no shadow, no matter how ominous, would stand in their way. They were a community built on unwavering love and resilience. And with that, Lucy vowed to continue embracing the depths of her dreams, to champion everything they had fought for, and to never back down again. Now, dear friends, this is the moment to show your support. Subscribe immediately to the channel so you don't miss the next exclusive stories that inspire hope and courage like this one. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and help us reach more hearts. Comment below your reactions and feelings about this powerful ending. And please, share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. We're in this together. Only true fans understand the importance of supporting the channel with these actions. Don't wait not even one more second to share.